A 6-year-old boy asked his mom a question.
You had a baby die in your tummy, didn't you?
One that left her completely speechless. It was something only she and her husband had ever known, determined to understand how he knew.
Honey, who told you I had a baby die in my tummy?
She told me she died in your tummy.
She looked at her son with tears welling up in her eyes. Then she asked again.
What does she look like?
Like Cassie, but a little smaller and hair like yours. In heaven, this little girl came up to me and she wouldn't stop hugging me.
This time, she couldn't hold back the sadness inside her. Tears streamed down her face like rain. She tried to compose herself and pressed her son for more answers.
Honey, what was her name?
She didn't have a name. You guys didn't name her.
A wave of sorrow swept over her heart. It turned out that 10 years ago, she and her husband had already had a child. They never even got the chance to name the baby. An accident took that tiny life far too soon. The pain of that loss had never truly left her. But somehow, her 6-year-old son knew all about it. Just a week earlier, her son had come down with a sudden high fever. They tried everything they could think of, but nothing worked. Finally, they rushed him to the hospital. That's when they found out he had acute appendicitis. For a young child, this could be extremely dangerous. The doctor warned them to prepare for the worst, terrified that history might repeat itself. The mother called every friend she could think of, begging for prayers and support. Her friends dropped everything. They stopped working and began to pray to God for a miracle. And somehow, a miracle did happen. The boy pulled through and was no longer in danger. But after that, he started acting different. One day, his father took him to a cemetery. Out of nowhere, the boy spoke.
You had a grandpa named Pop, right?
That's right.
Was he your daddy's daddy or your mommy's daddy?
He was my mom's dad. He died when I was about your age.
He's very nice.
You saw Pop? You saw my grandfather? You saw him. Where did you see him?
In heaven?
His words stunned his father. Later at home, the father showed his son a photo of his grandfather, but the boy shook his head, saying, "That's not the grandpa I saw in heaven. People in heaven don't wear glasses." Startled, the father went into the storage room and dug out an old photo of the grandfather when he was young, no glasses. He showed it to his son. The boy looked and nodded. Now the father began to wonder, is heaven real? That night, he sat down beside his son, curious to hear more about what his son saw. The boy said that while he was having surgery, he felt like he was floating. He could see the entire operating room, and he saw his mom on the phone with her friends. Then, he said, he flew to a place filled with clouds. There were stars all around him, but when he got closer, he saw that they were actually angels. Angels singing the most beautiful songs he had ever heard. Then, a man dressed in white approached him and led him into a place full of light.